What's going down, everybody? It's your man Pro Diggy from the Chaos Crew, but you could call me Diggy if you like, bringing you a nice little free-for-all on the map Vacant. I started out with the umpity-ump, but I just decided, I was like, fuck it, you know what, I got my Spas-12 secondary, so I decided to get my Sandy Ravage on, and it's not the most, you know, exciting and greatest gameplay ever, or what I think I go like 30 and 14, but second place is like 18 and 0, and I'd much rather run around like a dickhead with a shotgun and win the game at 30 and 14 than to like camp like a little pussy and camp out my fucking my Harriers and my noob gunner and everything and go fucking 18 and 0 but still lose. So anyway, enough about that bullshit. A couple things I want to talk about real quick are first things first is you guys know that I really appreciate all the love that I get. Sit the fuck down, you too, dickhead. Two-piece. I don't know how they didn't give me the double kill for that, because that was clearly a double kill, but whatever. Anyway, like I said, I really appreciate all the love and support that I get from you guys, the messages, the comments, everything or whatever. I'm just letting you guys know now it's really, really hard for me to get back to everybody. Every few hours I have probably like, you know, a few hundred messages or comments to get back to and stuff, and it's just really, really difficult to keep up with everything. So if you know, if I don't get back to your comment or your message or whatever, please don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that it's really, really tough. A lot of times when, you know, people leave a comment on a video, it doesn't show everybody's comment. It shows their comment, and then when you go to the video, there's like a fucking list of like all these comments. So if a comment gets like skipped or something like that and I don't get back to you, like I said, don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with you. It's just really hard to get back to everybody, and I do my best, but I can't make any promises. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into what I want to talk about in this particular commentary here. It's something a little bit personal. It's a little bit about me, and something that I'm kind of afraid of, I guess you could say, or whatever. And basically, I really, 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 really fucking hate flying. And there's a few reasons for that. First of all, I don't like being in a potentially fatal situation where I have absolutely no control over whether I live or die. And basically, the point of that is, obviously, you know, the guy flying the plane, the pilot, you know, he's in control to a point, and then the dickhead, or, you know, group of dickheads that inspected the plane before I got on it, you know, I think about like, oh, well, you know, what if this guy has like a fucking hangover? Or what if he only slept for like 2 hours because he was up all night partying and stuff, and he's like, oh, that screw doesn't really mean anything, or oh, that wire, that's probably just a wire that, you know, lights up seat fucking, you know, A1 or some shit like that or whatever, and, you know, really it's something that's fucking important, and they just skip over it because they're really tired and they can't be bothered with that shit. And then meanwhile, you know, we're flying, and then our fucking, like, I don't even know how many ton metal casket that we're fucking flying around in fucking just drops out of the sky because this guy was too lazy to check a wire. And I mean, that's just the kind of shit that I think about, you know. I mean, obviously that's probably not the case, but it's just, I just don't have any control over my life when I'm in an airplane and we're up in the fucking air. You know, we're like 30,000 feet up in this giant metal, like I said, it's it's kind of like a casket, you know, really. And you're like smashed together with a bunch of random fucking people, and, you know, like the September 11th thing doesn't really bother me too much because I don't really think that like I'd be in a plane with a bunch of terrorists. Like, I don't think about that. I just think about more like mechanical failures and shit like that. And like the thing that really kind of solidified it for me was when I was a kid, I used to love flying. And watch, I'm gonna ring around the rosy. Sit your ass down with your fucking on Percocet and shit, little pussy pill all-star. Anyway, when I was a kid, like, it didn't bother me to fly. I actually loved it because I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that it could be potentially fatal. Like, if we died, watch this guy moonwalk. Hee hee. What the fuck? That guy just floated around the map. Anyways, so before I realized that it was something that was potentially harmful to my health and well-being, I didn't give a shit. It was fun. Like, woo, we're flying. But, you know, once I grew up a little bit and realized that, hey, this could fucking kill me if we crash, that's when it kind of started fucking me up. And the thing is like, people have this argument. They always tell me, like, well, you know, there's more fatal car crashes than there are, you know, airplane crashes or whatever. And I'm like, okay, true, but at the same time, I've been in car crashes before. Obviously, none of them were fatal, but I mean, they were pretty good wrecks, you know, got a couple bumps and bruises and shit or whatever. But the thing is I've never been in a plane crash. You know why? Because when you're in a plane crash, 99.9% you might as well put your fucking head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. That's just how it is. Like, you can survive a car crash because some of them aren't really that bad. But if a plane falls fucking 30,000 feet out of the air onto the cement or the ground or the water or whatever, you're pretty much gonna fucking die unless you got a parachute. And they don't offer parachutes even in first class because I've asked. And without a parachute, it's like, okay, so basically if this thing goes down, fucking that's it. And the thing is not only sometimes the ground isn't what kills you, you just have a fucking heart attack because you're so scared as you're falling, so you actually die before you hit the ground. So even if you landed in such a way where somehow you would have survived, you're dead anyway because you thought you were gonna die. And like, I don't know, that's just too much bullshit for me to deal with. And it just fucking freaks me out. And real quick, because this is coming to an end here pretty soon, but basically what started this whole thing for me, I think I was like around 15, and I was going to a bowling tournament because I used to be a really good bowler. And we were flying from like LA to San Francisco, which is not a very long flight, maybe like 45 minutes or so. And, you know, we're climbing, and usually you climb and then you even out and then you fly for a while and then you know, make your descent. Well, because this flight was so short, I guess, you know, you climb, and then immediately you go from climbing to descending. So we went from like being at an upward angle to a downward angle in a matter of fucking seconds. And that freaked me the hell out, especially because there was a flight attendant walking down the aisle with little, you know, like peanuts and drinks and, oh yes, can I get you something, sir? And, even he looked like he was about to shit his pants. So when I see someone that does this, you know, multiple times a day, almost shit themselves because they weren't expecting to be going from, you know, climbing to descending, and it looked like they were like, okay, what the fuck just happened there? I mean, what am I supposed to think? You know what I mean? And there just happened to be this guy sitting next to me, thank God. They were just sitting there, you know, fucking like legs crossed, reading the paper. Didn't even fucking think twice about it. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, oh, don't worry, we're just descending. It's a really short flight. I make this flight like 3 times a week. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would have fucking just lost my shit. Like, I would have just gone completely fucking mental and been like, what the fuck's going on? I was waiting for the captain to come on, like, this is your captain speaking. Please hug and kiss all of your loved ones. We're going down. And luckily that wasn't the case. But since then, I've just been really fucking scared of flying, and that's just how it is. I know it sounds like I'm kind of like a pussy, but it is what it is. But this video's over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. This has been your man Pro Diggy from the motherfucking Chaos Crew, but you can call me Diggy if you like. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights.